Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Rachel Baker and I am an assistant professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. I'm also cross-appointed to the Department of Chemistry because the research that we do here in the Baker Lab is interdisciplinary, spanning aspects of both engineering and fundamental science. Although I'm more than just a chemist and chemical engineer. I grew up here in Kingston where I went to Queen's for my bachelor's degree in engineering chemistry. The engineering chemistry program is unique in that students graduate with a degree in both chemistry and chemical engineering. So they learn how to problem solve fundamental chemistry problems and apply their knowledge to engineering systems like batteries and energy storage, sustainable material development, and chemical plant design. Queen's University is the only university in North America with this unique program, and I'm very excited to be the first Robbins Family Professor of Engineering Chemistry. After finishing my bachelor's degree, I went on to do my PhD at the University of Toronto with Professor Mark Lottens in organic chemistry. While there, my research focused on the development of new chemical reactions, as well as making chemical products that serve as a protector for crops. Once I finished up in Toronto, I moved on to conduct more research at the California Institute of Technology, looking at the use of electricity for conducting sustainable chemical reactions with Professor Karthik Manthiram. I'm just now finishing out my first year as an assistant professor at Queen's, where I've had the pleasure of working and interacting with so many talented students. My research looks at how we can make valuable chemical products in a more sustainable way. We do that through two ways, using renewable energy sources and sustainable building blocks. All chemical reactions require energy to make or break chemical bonds. Mostly, this is done by burning fossil fuels to supply heat to the system, providing the necessary energy. In the Baker Lab, we look at how we can instead use electricity to add energy to the system, since most of the electricity in our grid in Canada comes from renewable sources like hydro, solar, wind, and nuclear. As well, the material that makes up our chemical products, like these black carbon atoms here, has to come from somewhere. Mostly, the chemical industry gets their material from, again, fossil fuels, and then uses chemical reactions to manipulate the material into the desired form. In the Baker Lab, we look at how we can move away from the use of these non-renewable resources to other building blocks like air, water, or plants. Chemistry is kind of like cooking, where you put a bunch of ingredients together, heat it at the right temperature, and voila, you have a yummy chemical product. We are just trying to make sure that the ingredients and heat are sourced in the most environmentally friendly way possible. Being a woman in science and engineering has been a rewarding experience for me. I have been lucky to have so many other kind, helpful, successful women as mentors and peers to me in my academic journey. The scientific community has done an excellent job of making progress towards equality between genders, because of course it has not always been this way, and many women have had to fight hard for the opportunities that we have today, which I am very grateful for. In the event that I do come up against prejudice, I've learned how to stand my ground and really in general put the fact that I am a woman to good use and use my unique strengths to succeed. Of course, there will always be differences between personalities or genders in scientists, and I'm not interested in simply being a scientist, but rather I'm proud to be a woman in science and offer unique perspectives. As one of few female professors in my department, I try to be an effective role model and mentor for the younger female students and researchers. I would not be where I am today if it weren't for my support network. My family and friends have been extremely supportive throughout my journey, picking up slack when I needed help and to focus, or helping me through stressful times, or even just providing an outlet where I can be myself and have fun. My peers, from my undergraduate experience at Queen's to my postdoctoral research at Caltech, have all been a necessary part of my time spent in academia, whether it's offering scientific advice or having a good time together. My colleagues here at Queen's, both within my department but also outside of chemical engineering, have also been so patient and understanding as I begin what can be an overwhelming position. I'm also so grateful for the folks that I've met in the chemistry and chemical engineering community as a whole, both in Canada and internationally. I'm always touched by how friendly people are at conferences and how anyone even slightly more senior than me is willing to give advice. I also have to mention my students, the reason I come to work every day. Without them, no research would get done in the lab, but also they lift me up and have shown me so much patience and enthusiasm as the Baker Lab has gotten started that I really would not be here without them. I hope they know that I learn from them as much as they learn from me. Overall, I think the chemistry community has made excellent progress in inclusive efforts. What's important here is not forgetting where we came from and keeping up the momentum. I do a lot of outreach. I love interacting with my community and getting people excited about chemistry while showing them what a scientist can look like beyond the traditional man in a lab coat. Promotional efforts like these spotlight videos are also a great way to showcase chemists from equity-deserving groups. Looking specifically at men and women as an example of how to support inclusion in the chemistry community, I feel that it's important to not just have women at the front doing the outreach, serving on committees, and promoting women in science. We need young people to see men doing the work too, promoting and supporting female colleagues, peers, and friends. We're off to a really great start, but let's not forget that it takes effort from everyone to promote a truly inclusive chemistry community. Given that chemistry, like all science, requires creativity and out-of-the-box thinking, having more unique perspectives in the field will only enrich the discipline moving forward and allow us to achieve our goals of making the world a better place.